government quarters. Yeah? My mom used to work in government, and we only moved. And I'm glad government was very lenient because she passed on when I was in class 4, but they let us stay on for like 2 more years. As to lit after Mahali and it was beautiful. You know, there were these flats. And you know, today uko kwa mama Omosh, tomorrow kwa mama Nani. We never knew each other's tribes. I have pals I grew up with till today. I can't figure out their tribe because it doesn't matter. And Nairobi those days used to work. Kamero ilikuwa inakuja inachukua takataka. The place used to be clean. You know, there was neighborliness. These days guys don't know who their neighbors are. You know, you'd go get salt, whatever you need from your neighbor.
If you know your neighbor, you want to wonder what tribe is it from.
Yeah, you want to know and what he does. And I remember, actually, I think I got into politics through that because I remember leading a demonstration when I was, I think, 6-7 years old. Because we had the exact same flats across us. And there was this wire mesh fence. Now that, our immediate neighbors were Kenyans of Asian origin. Yeah? Ama Wahindi. And their flats were clean. They were white, the grass was growing and everything. So I asked the kids, don't we deserve better? You know? So we demonstrated. I got these kids together, we did placards and said, you know, even us, we want our place to look like that. We want toys like that. Yes. We want to play like that. And you know, it shook our parents a bit. They're like, oh my God, what are we showing our kids? That are we less? Are we? Don't they deserve actually to be better? And things improved for a while. They actually improved. I think they told Kanzo, you guys collect this garbage more frequently, and things were responsive. Nairobi back then, you know, we'd play kati around us, shake. I don't know if you remember shake.
I mean, you may see some.
So you know, you watch wrestling. Oh, wrestling. Hulk Hogan, and then you guys have to go and try it out outside there. You know, it was fun. I think those days we've become competitive to a fault in this city. We have no time for our neighbors. We no longer have spaces for our kids to play. It's just become a concrete jungle, and I think some of these things, even in the building code, need to be implemented. That you must have public space, you know, public space for kids to be able to play, you know, and to enjoy themselves while they grow. These days in EPS too now.
Sakaja, what about buildings that are collapsing? And I know it's not that often, but they do collapse. And when they do collapse, it's like it's an afterthought for us. We are very reactive, not proactive.
Jeff, you know, when I really wanted to be governor, you know, like when it hit me that I must, you know, step up, was last year, around towards the end of April. I remember I was somewhere with my pals on a Friday, and I had news that a building has collapsed in Uruma. I looked at my phone, and okay, watch a 20 vacation, we'll go the next day. So I left my pals, I came home, switched on the TV, and I saw the actual, it was live on one of the stations, I won't mention.
Must be Citizen.
Yes. It was live on one of the stations, and it was a pancake collapse. And the reporters were live there saying, oh no, people are trying to evacuate bodies. And my heart, you know, my heart sank. So I went upstairs, I see my kids, I have 2 lovely sons, they're sleeping peacefully. I go to my room, I find my wife sleeping. And I'm going to pole pole too. And I could not stay in that house because somebody somewhere could not know where their children are. Someone somewhere was wondering where their wife is. I got into my car. I went to Total Hurlingham. I asked them to put all the milk, all the water, all the bread they had. Drove all the way straight. I called K1, the MP, and told him, boss, drop pin for where this building has actually gone down. And I stayed there the whole night and the whole morning. And all through this time, you know, I kept asking myself, you know, what is it with us that allows us to let these people suffer? They say that you cannot fight cartels because you lose your life. These are 51 people. I carried 10 dead bodies of kids. There's a guy who was so traumatized because when the building first shook, he stepped out to like start taking his buckets out and whatnot. The minute he stepped out of the door like this, and he had told his kids, wait for me to come back. The minute he stepped out, the building went down. That guy till today is not okay. You know? And all of this is as a result of corruption. So when I was being asked those days, how are you going to fight cartels? You might lose your life. I said, my life is one life. People are dying because of corruption. That building was built right on the river. No, I don't even by the river. On the river. You know? How was an approval sought for that building? How was it given? Just because somebody somewhere received probably $1 million bob or $500,000 to approve that. The building was 7 stories, came up in 5 months. You know, where is the NCA? Where is the city council inspectorate? Where are all these people? You know?
Yeah.
And when we thought it's over, you know, it was so sad. I remember, because Labour Day was just after that, and we were there with Atwoli at Urupa. And when I was asking questions, you know, Kinero says that, oh, the building has, you know, this has happened because of tribalism. That if I touch these buildings, a certain community will say, I am targeting them. You know, what excuse is that? What kind of an excuse is that from a leader? You know, we need a leader in Nairobi who is resolute. Even if it's your building, Jeff, and it must go down, it goes down.
Correct.
So an audit was done, 200 buildings that are supposed to be down, and they're not down. Don't give me an excuse that it's courts. Me, I'm ready to do, even to go beyond what the court says.
Yeah.
Let's deal when no one's life is in danger, you know? And it's just following the rule of law. That is what the city needs. Just to follow the rule of law. Things are clear. Because that Mwananchi who gets in that building is not an engineer. Cannot tell the structural soundness of that building. You know, he has no way to gauge it. And they're desperate. People are really suffering in this city. If you go to those buildings in Uruma, and all of them across the river, all the way even down to Kware, where the other one fell down. It's just desperation that leads these people to stay there. Who is out there to protect them? And that's what Nairobians need in a senator, as well as in a governor.
You're now rocking with the best, man.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalang'o.